Today, I'm back with another top 5 physical media ranking list for you all. Today, I'm going to be ranking my top 5 Criterion titles in my collection, ranking them from the worst to the best. So I'm going to start at the bottom of the list at number 5. And as I go through each of the films, I'm going to let you know what I like about the movies, why I put them at their specific spot on the ranking list, what you can find on the inside of the packaging, do a quick little unboxing, and we'll get through this list. So make sure you stick around throughout the entire video to see my number 1 favorite Criterion title in my collection, of course. So this is just my personal favorite list. I know your list would be completely different. So as this video plays, make sure you leave your list of your favorite Criterion titles in the comments below. But let's get right into this, starting with my number 5. I'm going to have to put a newer 4K here, and this is going to be Shaft. Yes, Shaft. I like this movie. Now, I don't love the movie, but I had to put it at this spot because not only do you get the first Shaft movie, you also get the second Shaft movie on a whole separate Blu-ray disc. And to me, that's really cool. I don't know if Criterion has done that with other movies before, but this is the first time I personally noticed it. And I'm like, that's awesome. You don't only get one movie for the price, you get two movies. And I actually think both of the movies are pretty good. So I have fun with both of them. This gives me like a James Bond 007 kind of feel to it, but a little bit more upbeat with the Shaft song. When that kicks on in the beginning, it's like Shaft, and it's so catchy, and it's like, oh my goodness, it's an awesome character. He's so suave, and you get invested in, oh, you know what, I want to follow this character along on this journey. This is going to be a fun ride of a movie. When the action sequences do kick on, you know, it's a good time. So I have fun with this movie. Once again, it's not my favorite movie of all time, but I think it's pretty good. The sequel, I also enjoy. So you get two movies in here. You get 3 discs. Let me just open it up to show you the 3 disc in here. Also, of course, you get, you know, the kind of standard Criterion booklet fold out right here, which actually looks really cool. I like the colors on that. But on the inside, look at these discs with the artwork. It just absolutely looks fantastic. And once again, you get the 3 discs, you get the sequel, Shaft's big score, and there's tons of special features for this movie. That's maybe why they had to do 3 discs. But there's tons of special features. You can just spend hours and hours on it. So great packaging. Look at the art design on these discs. It fits the movie perfectly. I mean, it's just so cool how they put this artwork together. I really like it. So to me, I had to put this one on the list. It was just too cool not to put on the list. So once again, not my favorite movie of all time, but what Criterion was able to do with this one, to me, I couldn't ignore that. I had to put it on there. And the 4K absolutely looks fantastic in this movie. To me, the 4K, I mean, this movie looks way younger than it actually is with the 4K. You get to see so many details and really see that time period really light up. So really awesome, good 4K quality transfer here. I mean, I love Criterion being in that 4K game now. So really happy to have this one in the collection. That's why it's at number 5. Next, we're going to get into number 4 here. Number 4, now this one was completely for my love of the movie. Like I said, Shaft was more about the packaging, what contained on the disc. This one's more about the love of the movie. And we're going to have Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Oh my goodness, one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm a sucker for those coming of age stories, you know, those kind of John Hughes movies. And I think Fast Times at Ridgemont High is just one of those classic movies. When you think of the 80s decade, this movie has to come up in the list. And so, awesome movie. This movie gets tons of rewatchability for me, so it looks really good on the Blu-ray disc. Of course, I would like it on a 4K disc, and I'm sure Criterion will probably put it on a 4K disc. So, yeah, you know what? Maybe I should have waited for that, but no, I take that back because I love watching this movie so much. I'm totally okay with the Blu-ray. But who knows, I might double dip in the future. But look at this art design, first of all, with the characters and the little bubbles. I mean, that's so cool looking, so 80s there with the colors, the neon blues, the yellows, the pink, the checkered boards there. I mean, oh my goodness, just flows together, that artwork design. I really, really like this one. It just looks so cool all around. I mean, once again, totally an 80s movie, but the characters are so memorable, the scenes are so memorable. Also, with this edition, you get the uncut edition. So, yeah, you get all the Great raunchiness in there, even more so with this edition. So that's why I'm glad to have this Criterion edition specifically. But they did a fantastic job on this movie with the special features as well. Really good special features, interviews. I mean, this movie even inspired other directors, so you get an interview like that in here as well. So that was really intriguing. I like that quite a bit. And just to open it up real quick, if you haven't seen this one, once again, Criterion always doing a cool job on the booklets, of course. Once again, fits the movie perfectly with those colors. Really, really cool. And look at the inside. That artwork on the inside, once again, fits it perfectly. You know what? I like the disc there. Little simple on the disc. At least they have that cool font for the title. So all around, such a good movie, so enjoyable, and it gets that rewatchability. That's another important factor when I do these ranking lists. How much do I enjoy the movie and the rewatchability I get out of the disc? This one gets tons of rewatchability, so I'm happy to put Fast Times at Ridgemont High at the 4th place spot. Totally deserves it. So to me, this is essential for mostly any collection, especially if you're a fan of that decade, the 80s. Gotta have that movie. Next, we get the number 3, so now we're into our top 3. So 3rd place, we're going to have another 4K, because I'm a big fan of 4Ks. We're going to have Menace to Society. Wow, this was awesome packaging. Criterion, you got to do more movies like this. It's kind of like a digibook style, but you see the cutouts here with the 2. I mean, that is just so cool looking. I like that. The design is perfect. Captures the title and the movie perfectly. I really like that. And look at how it slides out. Oh, wow. That is so cool. I like that quite a bit. And so let's take a look. Once again, this is, I do like the movie, of course. It isn't one of my favorite movies of all time, but I do like the movie quite a bit. But this design, I mean, wow. It's just so cool looking. I really like it. And then when you open it up, of course, you get another booklet here. Criterion likes to do that. So let's look at the inside. Oh, and the inside. I just like the way this one feels for some reason. I like the way the discs are. I like the colors there with the disc. I mean, it's just so perfect. Perfect for this movie. And I do enjoy this movie. It's a very kind of very violent movie. Takes place in an urban setting. Has social commentary to it. And yeah, so some very dramatic scenes in here and some intense moments and some movie that by the end of it, I was left a little bit speechless. I'm just like, oh my goodness, wow. So it's one of those kinds of movies. So definitely a movie that you got to be prepared for when you watch it. Don't go in expecting a happy movie. But if you go in with the right mindset, you know what? I think you might enjoy this movie. And just how it's filmed really well. Like all the lighting, how the light comes through different rooms and the colors they use with the lighting. I just think it's filmed really good. And the camera work, how they do with following the characters. I think that's all done really well. So really good filmmaking with this movie. And the special features were fantastic with this one as well. Once again, really good interviews with some of the cast. I believe the director as well. So all around, really, really cool. And I want Criterion to do more of these kinds of packaging. It looks so cool with the cutouts. I really like that. So hopefully Criterion will do more of those in the future. And the 4K, fantastic on this movie. Once again, with how it's filmed and all the lighting, everything shines through really nicely with all the details. Wow, really, really nice 4K transfer here. So overall, yeah, I had to put this one on the list. So totally deserves my 3rd place spot. So really like having that one. That is one, I always like to try to be careful with because I like the packaging so much on that one. I don't want it to get ruined. All right, now we're getting into top 2 here. So 2nd place, what's going to be 2nd place? So that one was a little bit more for packaging once again. Now this one, we're going back to more for the movie itself, but a little bit of the packaging as well. But this one is going to be The Princess Bride. Wow, this is such a good family adventure movie. You know what? You can watch this one with anyone and have a good time. All the lines in here are so quotable, the characters. I mean, it's just a good time. It's an easy watching movie, and sometimes you need that. But also, look at the packaging here. Look at how they did it. it looks like a book. Wow, fantastic. That fits the movie perfectly because, Fred Savage is basically being read a storybook here. So, really, really cool. I love that book design, how they put that on the back. I mean, it just looks so cool. Looks so nice on the shelf. Some decent special features in there as well. But when you open this up, it looks so cool. I love this design for some reason. Looks really nice. Now, it's just a Blu-ray disc, but you got the cool artwork on the disc, so you get the purpley colors there. So I still like that quite a bit. I really like that. And once you turn this, of course, you do get the book in here as well of basically, Criterion standard books. But looks like to be some really good artwork in here. Like, I mean, some of this is just breathtaking. Look at that art design. That looks so nice. Really, really like that. All those colors there pops really perfectly. So really, really cool. I love the design of this. So you know what? This is kind of the best of both worlds. Really enjoy this movie, all-time classic movie, but also, you know what? The packaging is pretty good. It's really cool. Fits the movie perfectly. So I had to put this at number 2. Once again, I thought about rewatchability. How many times do I rewatch this? And yeah, quite a bit. So how to put this at number 2, The Princess Bride. Totally deserves second place. I almost put it first place. I almost did. If it was a 4K, had some more disc in there, maybe it would have gone first place. But no, it's just a Blu-ray disc, so it's going to get number 2 there. All right, now we're getting to first place. Number 1, what is my favorite Criterion title out of my collection? Now, when I was putting this list together, I was actually pretty surprised because initially I wouldn't think, oh, this one's going to end up at number 1. But once again, I thought about how I do my ranking list. How rewatchable is the movie to me for my personal taste? How much do I enjoy the movie when I do watch it? Also, the packaging, the art design, is there anything unique about it? How cool does it look? How does it stand out on the shelf? And this movie just encapsulates all of those elements so well. So I'm like, how can I not put this one at number 1? But it is a Blu-ray. So, I mean, I was a little hesitant because it's a Blu-ray. If it was a 4K, it would have been a clear cut number 1. But still, the Blu-ray is fantastic here. So, we got Dazed and Confused. Wow, once again, this movie just has all the elements. You look at this art design right away. I just like it. It looks so unique. It's just so cool. It fits the movie perfectly because it's kind of like somebody doodled in a notebook. But you got the cutouts right here with the circle. I like when they do the cutouts. Something about the cutouts I do enjoy. You get to see different characters there. So really like that design overall. Looks really nice on the shelf, right? With the title on the spine. And that font just looks so cool once again with the colors. Really, really nice. Look at that on the back. Design follows on the back. Really, really cool. Special features are great as well in here. And this is a movie I can just rewatch all the time. I mean, Dazed and Confused, if you have not seen this movie yet, you gotta see it. Especially if you love 90s movies. This is a perfect 90s movie, even though the setting of the movie, I believe, takes place in the 70s. But the style of filming is definitely 90s. So perfect 90s movie. It's kind of in the line of a coming of age story, kind of like a Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Still gives you that kind of vibe. But now we're in the 90s decade when this movie came out. But perfect movie. Once again, notable lines in here and scenes. And maybe if you haven't seen the movie for a long time, when you go back and see it, I know this happened to me. I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't think I've seen this movie. I went back, started watching it again. I'm like, no, I remember that scene. Oh, I remember that moment. I remember that character. So there's a lot of memorable just elements of this movie. You even get I think it's Matthew McConaughey in here, has a famous scene and some lines. And so, yeah, all around a great cast, how it's put together, directed, written, it's a great movie. Great movie. I can't say too much more about the story itself. It's fantastic. It's really good. Once again, if you're a coming of age story fan, you're gonna like it. But let's open this up. Let's look at this. Let's look at that. That looks so cool. So even without the front cover, it looks great. It still looks fantastic. So cool. And then let's look at the back. See, I try to be careful with this one too, because I'm like, oh, it's so nice. It looks so cool. I don't want to mess it up. Look at that. That captures everything perfectly. Ooh, so good. So good. And then you got the disc on the inside with those colors, like total 70s colors. And then the booklet. Look at this. Look at this booklet. This booklet is something else. I'm going to be careful with that. But look at this. Oh, wait. And I get a poster? Yes. I get a poster, I believe, as well. So that's fantastic. But look at this. Look at this booklet. Wow. Big, thick booklet here. Really, really cool. I like this a lot. You know, it looks like a notebook, you know, a student would have in school, I guess. But it's just cool. I really like it. I think it looks awesome. Really, really cool. Fits the movie perfectly. And then if we take a look at the inside without the booklet, it gets even better. It's just so good. Look at this. Look at the design with all the colors. Oh my goodness. See, this has everything. I mean, it's so good. Look at all that. Everything from the slipcover to the front cover to the booklet on the inside. It's just popping with such great artwork and design. It's so cool. Yes, so nice to have that. You even get the poster. I mean, it's just cool to have little extra things like that. And Criterion doesn't always do that. That's a little bit more rare. It's just fantastic. And once again, the movie's really good. The movie's really entertaining. So it's not just all about the packaging. The movie's great. One I can rewatch all the time. And everybody that I've talked to that's seen the movie has enjoyed the movie or has good fond memories of the movie. So it's a memorable movie. It definitely is. Now, yeah, it takes a little bit to put back in the packaging, of course. Of course you would take some time, but we got to keep it nice condition, right? But yeah, once again, Dazed and Confused at number 1. I'm very happy to put this at the number 1 spot. Now, once again, a 4K would be cool, and I can definitely see this movie going to 4K in the future. I can definitely see that. But for now, I'm so happy with this Blu-ray, just the packaging alone. So I don't know if the 4K, you know, I mean, probably the 4K, if they did Criterion, would copy the packaging. So I'm sure you still get the same packaging. But I mean, this packaging is just fantastic and still looks great on Blu-ray. So Dazed and Confused, number 1 spot at the end of the day when I put this ranking list together. So those are my top 5 Criterion titles in my personal collection. Those are the ones that I just absolutely love having in the collection. And, you know, movies that you go and you see it on the shelf, other people see it on the shelf, and you're like, oh, that's why I collect physical media, or that's why that person collects physical media. So happy to have that list, that set of movies. But once again, if you have not put your ranking list down below yet, make sure you get those in the comments, of course, so I can get more recommendations, so I can expand my Criterion collection. And if you're just discovering the channel for the very first time and you love collecting physical media and being part of this amazing mega fan community, make sure you subscribe right now to stay entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics.
Well, we're waiting.
And if you like this physical media topic video, click another video to see more. Also, like the video. And this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you to make every day a movie day.